Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to the episode of my F1 2019 Ferrari Manager Career Mode here for episode number 14 today for the USA Grand Prix. If you guys did miss the previous one, then be sure to go check that one out. We started to kind of, whittle down some options for drivers, basically got some feedback from you guys. We're not going to go ahead and sign anyone quite yet. Obviously, still have to make the decision of if we're even going to sign someone, because obviously, a few of you saying maybe we should just keep Leclerc. Obviously, we had some popular options that we had last episode, but I'll keep you guys guessing, and we'll wait till the kind of towards the end, maybe the last two episodes, maybe to kind of get that sign through. Because also the way it works on the game is when we sign the driver, they get signed straight away. So I don't actually want to sign them before the season's over. I kind of want to finish out this season with Leclerc and Vettel, definitely, and then kind of get it done for the second season, basically, of this series. So we'll wait there. But obviously, last episode, if you did see that, we did a bit of window shopping essentially, and we'll get to that decision. But we move on then with this title fight we're in with Mercedes. The sticks is this: we're 22 points ahead of Mercedes. That's a decent chunk, but 3 races to go. You never know. We could always have another Belgium Grand Prix episode come up where the brakes fail for Vettel or something goes wrong with Leclerc, and God forbid Leclerc just keeps on obviously having things going wrong for him in the races. He was pretty good last episode, to be fair, at the Japanese Grand Prix. Very aggressive driving to make the most of the situation, really, and Mercedes really faltered, and we made the most of it there. And for Vettel, 44 points now ahead of Hamilton. That is big. I don't know. Mathematically, I don't think we can clinch the title. Well, I think we could clinch the title this race for him, I think, but it would probably be unlikely because I don't think Hamilton's going to drop off and get no points here. But, we're looking very, very decent and strong, but it's still, we're not going to rest on our laurels. You can just never know what's going to happen. But in terms of the pit crew, we've got a few people who are a bit tired and are mistake prone, so we need to try and swap them out. So these are going to be pretty easy swaps out there, 1.3, 2%. We might have to take a hit on the actual pit stop time because of this, but needs must. Hopefully I need to, okay, this higher, I need to get, there we go. I was about to say we need to get 2 more people that are good at front jack and rear jack, and lo and behold, these 2 are, so we can hire both of them. So that'll be nice and easy. So easy replacements to do. So our new pit crew going to USA will be all fine and fit and ready, basically. So we swapped out this man for front jack, there we go, and then this guy 17 on the rear jack. That's actually an improvement there on what we had, and so we've got a pit stop time of 2.5, so looking pretty handy for sure. So we'll move through now to mail. We've got Carnage coming back, interview by NBC. Simple question, I'm going to answer it in one. Won't matter for the other driver, so that's all fine and dandy. And we're going to move ahead. Obviously, if you don't know, we're not doing any more car design. I don't think we need to. I think our car is in a very good position. It's still it's still the fastest car on the grids on paper there. So I think we should be fine for the end of the season. So basically, we're going to have a lot of money, hopefully, to spend for next year's car. So even if Mercedes throw the kitchen sink at it and have some good development, maybe Red Bull have good development, we're going to have a very solid car as well, and hopefully make the most of that brand new ERS system that will come in for next season. Obviously, if you missed that episode a few episodes ago, we voted in an ERS system for the next season, and that's going to cost us more, and hopefully we can spend the most money basically on the best kind of ERS solution, basically, as it were, in terms of that actual part we have to select at the beginning of next year. But we're going to move forward then with no kind of car development to talk about. The only thing we need to actually move on to is the political vote coming up, and that's it seems to be, we've also got a problem with the ECU. Yes, obviously fix it. I mean, yeah, we can afford to fix it. I don't want to -1 on fuel efficiency right at the crucial crunch time of the season. But we've got a political vote coming up, and it says points for top 8, so that is interesting. So that's going back to the old style, the way F1 used to do it, I assume, with the points. I mean, it doesn't really matter for me too much, because obviously we're going for race wins, so it doesn't matter too much, I guess. I mean, it's 10, 8... 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Small teams find it difficult to score points, and also it does mean that a win means less then, because it's only 2 points. So I don't know. It's got cons in that way. The smaller teams do find it more difficult, but for us as a big team and for the series, it might make things interesting because it means that, like I said, a win means less. So we've got 7 wins or 8 wins now in the season with Vettel. And Mercedes have got, I think 5 or something like that, and that just won't matter as much if it was a point system like this. So that could be interesting, but I'm gonna abstain, because I don't really mind, because either way, like I said, we're in a top team, we're in Ferrari, so, you know, a win's a win. We're going to be going for wins every single race. Well, we're trying to go for wins every single race, obviously, being Ferrari, so it won't really matter too much for us. Obviously, would do if you're a midfield team or a smaller team. So, I'm going to go ahead and skip that then, and go through, and it looks like it's actually a massive landslide for 9. Toto Wolff voted for it twice over. So Mercedes really in favour of these small points. I guess it makes sense, actually. It makes sense for them, because it, you know, without the wins meaning so much for us, we probably wouldn't be leading by 22 points. Obviously, we've got 8 wins, they've got 5, but they've been the more consistent team in the first half of the season. We weren't, and so with the new point system, our gap probably wouldn't be this big. So it actually makes sense that Mercedes voted that way, to be fair to them. So we're going to move forward then. Nothing else to look at, really. Let's get moving on straight into practice for the USA Grand Prix and choosing our tyres. Right, so in terms of the tyre wear, it's going to be very high. We've got obviously the USA Grand Prix is the kind of half oval, and then the kind of road circuit inside. And I remember from previous seasons, this is a very tough, actually, very tough GP. It's like almost Portugal in terms of how tough it is in terms of the tyre wear. So I think, again, we go like we have done, kind of the opposite of what we did at Japan. Japan was a kind of one-off. We went very aggressive because it works around there. Around here, I think it's the conservative approach. So we're going to go for 7 sets of softs. We'll go for 3 mediums and 5 hards. Obviously won't be using all of them, so it won't really matter too much at the end of the day. But yeah, I don't know. I might go aggressive with Leclerc, actually. You know, it might be worth to go aggressive with Leclerc. So let's go maybe 3 sets of hards only for Leclerc, and then go 4 sets of mediums, 5 sets of mediums, or I mean, it won't matter. 7-5, yeah. I think we'll go aggressive with Leclerc, just because I know he's obviously not going to have the tyre wear for it. So I can already just see that already in the future. But in terms of the report, I don't think there's any chance. What's the chance of rain? Was there a report here? 0% chance of rain. So literally, it's going to be fully dry. So practice will just speed through then, and no kind of issues there in terms of trying to predict the weather. Alright, going to send them out. We've got a previous setup on, but I don't know how much, how good it's going to be, because I have a hunch I think this setup for Phoenix is actually for the full oval course, I think maybe, so we'll see. I mean, obviously it's still a half oval, so you kind of need that, but it's a bit more of a compromising one, this GP, because you want, obviously, good straight line speed, good setup for suspension, I guess, for the half oval, but then you've got a normal road circuit in the middle there, and for some reason the track looked a little bit wet there, or just a bit hazy, I don't know, yeah, maybe it's the haze, because there's definitely no rain this entire weekend. Right, we'll move forward then, bring them in, and check this setup straight away. Let's hope that we can get a pretty good one, like we had at Japan, I think it was. Where we came through and it was 3 excellence off the bounce, or I think that might have been another episode. I can't remember. Short-term memory so bad when it comes to these episodes. So much happens. But there we go. 2 excellence and a good. That's pretty decent, actually. Very, very close to perfection there for Vettel. So just one little tweak maybe on the suspension arm, and we'll be good. And I think it's probably going to be towards understeer, I'd say there. So that much, I reckon. I think that'll be good. We just need to try and get this back to where we were. There we go. I think that should be fine, hopefully. Hopefully. This is when I should have gone towards oversteer. Obviously, I always go the wrong way, it seems. But no, I'll go with that. I'll go 8 laps, and I'll let him see out the entire length of that stint to try and get the knowledge. For Leclerc, a little bit more work, 88% only. So I'm going to lower the downforce a little bit, because we had it lower for Vettel. So I think with this, Leclerc want the same thing. I think we're going to go towards understeer, like we did with Vettel. Hope that's the right direction. And then in terms of speed bounce, I reckon maybe, I don't want that much exactly. Bring this back to about there. Let's see if that works out. I'll keep him out for 8 laps as well. Get the knowledge done, then check his setup afterwards. But hopefully that is the correct direction. Right, so we're going to come in level 3 gained on the tyre and the race, and Vettel's looking good now. 2 excellence and 1 great. I'll stick with that. That's 96%. I think that's pretty decent. So we'll go for the quali now onto soft tyres. What's Leclerc saying though? Comes in. Ooh, 1 great, 1 excellent, 1 good. Okay, speed bounce is the only tricky one. 93, still pretty high actually for that kind of feedback there. So that was good. That was great. So actually go the other way then. We are actually better before, so something like that maybe is going to be the excellent then. That's hardly changed. That's all fine actually, and just keep it like that. And we'll go 3 laps and on to the softs. And with that, pretty much, I think we'll wrap up practice, because this should be pretty straightforward then. Right, so we stroll into qualifying then with that. Easy peasy, got all the levels we need, and obviously no rain at all, so soft tire quali, and this will be a pretty straightforward first session. Of course, in the end, we got 2 excellents and a great there with Leclerc, so he ends up with a similar sort of level of happiness, I guess, as Vettel with his setup. So we'll send them out on the medium tires, we should be able to get through. 96% then in the end for Vettel, and 98 for Leclerc. So despite Leclerc having worse feedback on like feedback stats, it always actually seems easier to he's easier to like work out a good setup off of, and then he always ends up with a higher percentage setup than Vettel a lot of the time, even though Vettel's got the better feedback. Obviously it doesn't mean a lot in the end, because a lot of the time Vettel's still obviously done the job and done a great job, and being the main man for us there. But just a weird nuance there, I guess, with that, just me pointing something out. But we'll come through now. 2 perfects on the outlap there for Leclerc, looking very good. Vettel, just 1 perfect there, but this should be a pretty easy lap through, obviously, into Q2 as they go with a 1:26.5. Leclerc goes 0.3 faster there, actually. So Leclerc, saying that about Vettel doing a better job, Leclerc's actually looking faster right now. Verstappen, 1:26.5. Not that much faster on a set of soft tires, so maybe Red Bull lacking some pace. Where on earth is the Mercedes cars? There we go. Hamilton, 1:26.3, 0.2 ahead. I think it looks like we have some decent... Oh, no, Bottas puts in a mega lap. Okay, that's a little bit closer. I was going to say, if we're only 0.2 off Hamilton on 1 set of compound harder tyres lower, I was going to say that we comfortably have the pace for pole then again. But now Bottas, that's a very good time. Vettel's 0.9 off. He needs to pull up his socks. Leclerc 0.5 off. So I think it's probably going to be a very close fight, I would say, at the top end here. But we'll move through into Q2 then, and that will we'll have a first proper taste of what it's going to be like on the soft tyres for all of us. All right, showtime then. Vettel and Leclerc out on the soft tyres, nice and early. Let's put a marker down here and see what's what in terms of our lap times there, and we'll see how it is for the Mercs and also Verstappen. You know, Verstappen was also there in Q1, you know, a little bit off the pace, but he's still there. And obviously in Japan, he came second place. So Verstappen and that Red Bull team have been improving quite a fair bit silently. I think they're slowly getting up to our pace. So hopefully it kind of stays that way then for the end of the season and into next season, because that can make things very interesting then if it's actually a proper 3-way fight between 3 teams with at least 5 drivers, because if Red Bull keep Gasly, then I don't know, even in the game Gasly's just not as fast as Verstappen there, so at the moment it's probably going to be 5 drivers fighting, not 6, but Vettel across the line, 1:25.9. Leclerc 0.5 off. Don't know what. I think he hit traffic maybe with that Merc and McLaren. Verstappen's only 0.07 off Vettel there. So Verstappen's showing some great pace there. Where are the Mercs though? Let's see with them. As Hamilton sets a purple second sector and he's 0.03. Look how close that is. Vettel, Hamilton and Verstappen covered by 0.07 of a second. That is insane. Insane stuff. And then Bottas out of nowhere there. The Finn comes through and gets fast up of the session then, nearly 0.2 faster than Vettel. Okay, we have got we've got some work on our hands here. We might need to really try and pull something out of the bag then, if Bottas is pulling out that kind of pace and even beating Hamilton by 0.2 there. Interesting. Right, on to Q3 then, I think, lads. Right, it's game on then. Q3 time. We're locked on, obviously, to that soft tyre for tomorrow's race. That's all fine. We're going to wait a little bit and then send Vettel out a little bit after. Let's get some gap there to Leclerc. Send them out early for a banker lap, essentially, on the auto then. Well, actually, to be fair, I've done auto for, like, the last 4 episodes. The computer's been really decent, actually, for getting the outlaps sorted there. Vettel with a bit of traffic at that Racing Point car. I hope he can clear that. I don't know if he will. Leclerc's got a decent amount of clean air. He might even get a little tow here off that car. I don't know. But let's see with Vettel. He might get a tow off that Racing Point car. Let's see. Can he overtake him around the oval down the inside? That's definitely going to hold him up a little bit. It still sets a faster first sector than Leclerc, though. So Vettel actually on it then. So, I don't know. Okay, fair play. If you can make the overtake and go purple, then by all means do that. Verstappen sets the purple second sector, but then Vettel beats that. So, he's looking good to at least beat the Red Bull car. I don't know what the Mercs are doing. They're not out yet properly on their flyers as we go across the line. And Vettel sets a 25.7. nearly 9/10 faster than Leclerc. That is insane. And Hamilton, let's watch on then. His second sector is only green. So right now, I think Vettel does have provisional pole in the bag right now as Hamilton goes across the line and he is 3.5 off. What's Bottas doing? Bottas, same thing, 2 greens. He goes across the line. Where is he? In a second here. What's it going to be? Across the line and he's 0.5 off. That's a mega time for Vettel. But look at that. Gasly as well is there. Legit, the two Red Bulls have some pace right now in Q3. Even Gasly's there. 3/10 off in third place. That's very tasty for the race, but very good for us as well in terms of the Constructors' Championship. Great stuff there. But yeah, this man on provisional pole right now. But a second run to do. And obviously the track grips, well, actually stabilized to completely maxed out now. So it won't really matter when you go out. In terms of like right at the end or like now. So I'm going to send Leclerc out second. I'm going to send Vettel out first on this set of softs. I'll wait and send out Leclerc now. Right at the death basically. He'll probably put in the last lap of the entire session maybe. I don't know. We'll see if I time that correctly. But Vettel now. Final minute of the session. Vettel will come through and start his lap then. And Leclerc, will he actually make it on time? This is going to be close. Oh my god, look at that. 2 seconds to spare, and Leclerc starts his lap. Brilliant. Right, Verstappen set a purple in the second sector. Hang on, let's watch this. He's only 600ths off. Could he be on pole? Verstappen, no! He has a horrendous last sector and does not grab pole off us. Hamilton's hit the checkered flag. Bottas on in-lap there. So right now, Vettel pretty much is guaranteed pole unless Leclerc can do anything really because everyone else has hit the checkered flag already. Vettel's had a really poor second lap there. Leclerc's gone green first sector, green second sector. I don't think it'll be pole for Leclerc, but could it be at least the front row or getting on the second row? Leclerc across the line. He only improves enough to go P6. 5/10 covers the top 6. That is awesome. And Vettel's on pole position once again. But Verstappen and Gasly, second and third in the Red Bulls. The Red Bulls beat the Mercs outright. I don't know when it happened, but the Red Bulls have really turned it around late on this season, almost like real life for a lot of the time. You know, the Red Bulls make late developments in the season and look quick at the end of the season. They've done it here, so that, you know, like I said, that bodes well. If that carries over for next season, that can make next season very, very tasty. But it also makes this race then potentially really interesting for us because obviously Verstappen was giving us quite a good run. With Leclerc at Japan. Obviously, we had him settle down with Vettel, so, you know, here's hoping that Vettel can just do his thing, basically, and, you know, do his 2013 Vettel impression as good as he can here around USA. But, okay, interesting. And I think, in terms of the tyre wear, Leclerc's going to have a tough time, I can already tell now, being down in P6. Like, he was already going to have a tough time, but now in traffic, he's going to have a, yeah, that's going to be tough. We're going to go for the hard tyre, because I think we're going to be on that tyre for longest. I'm going to go softs for Leclerc, actually. I'm going to go real aggressive with Leclerc. I'm going to go softs and commit to that. Right, we've got 32 laps. These tyres go 6 laps only with Leclerc. Jesus Christ. All right, what is it? 8 laps. Okay. Yeah, Leclerc's going to go very aggressive this race. We're going to just throw the kitchen sink at it, hope for the best. With Vettel, we'll try and control it, basically, and try and do what we did in Japan, basically, and just streak out ahead, hopefully. But here we go then, starting the USA Grand Prix from pole position with Vettel, Leclerc P6. Fire lights are out and we're underway, and it's a good start there initially from Gasly, but then he gets blocked off by Verstappen, the two Red Bulls side by side, and Gasly is up into the lead of the USA Grand Prix. Vettel down to second place, overtaken in straight line. Bottas round the outside of Verstappen into P3, that is, and Leclerc is down to P7. The Renault of Ricciardo's done really well. Bottas now around the outside of Vettel. Bottas trying to get up into P2, making up for qualifying. Vettel a little bit slow right now, needs to speed up there. Ricciardo's doing really well. He's up into P4 now, and Leclerc's down to P8. He's been overtaken by Albon in the Toro Rosso. Don't know what that's about. Vettel now speeding up and closing back up to Gasly. Hopefully we can try and overtake him in a straight line there as Gasly crosses the line on lap number 1, leads the way. But look at this now. Vettel round the outside of the oval part of the circuit into the road course, and he's up into first place. Good overtake into the chicane, and now we'll go with neutral and high there and try and control the race from first place. Meanwhile, Leclerc up into P6. He's overtaken Hamilton, but Hamilton, the man who is the only man really fighting Vettel in the championship, is down to P7. I think we could maybe, possibly, I don't know, is there a mathematical chance we could clinch the title? I'm not too sure. We'll have to check it after the race, but Hamilton at the moment doing very poorly, and look, what the? What? What was that? Hamilton's crashed out of the Grand Prix with a massive crash there. He literally sent it. He, like, yeeted himself across the grass. What the hell was that? That was hilarious. That was such a weird animation. That was like when the VTEC kicks in. Jesus, right. Hamilton's out of the Grand Prix. If Vettel gets the win, I think we could clinch the title with Sebastian Vettel this race. I think we could do it. Let's go back up and save the tyres now. Virtual safety car's active. Will it be long enough for us to go and make a pit stop? It won't. Because it'll start up again. So we'll just go attacking, overtake, go, go, go. But I think for Leclerc, probably maybe 2 more laps and we'll probably come in for the pit stop there. I don't want to burn too much fuel as well, though, with him or Vettel. So let's just calm that down a little bit. But I'll go tyres overheated for Leclerc. That's fine. It's all right. We'll come in on the next lap. Yeah, literally on lap number 5. So a very early pit stop for Leclerc. But we'll go aggressive and we'll stick to the aggressive strategy we're going to go with. So strap on a set of soft tyres. Pit strategy fast. Right through. Meanwhile, Vettel, he's 5.4 now ahead of Gasly. So he's doing what he did at Japan, streaking away and being the man in charge in the lead. And like I said, if he gets 25 points, it was, well, the gap was what? The gap was 22 points, right? I'm pretty sure. So 22, 25... 47. Nah, Hamilton can still technically win it back, obviously, because it's 25-25. So, no, we can't clinch the title with Vettel this race. But we can get within 3 points of it, pretty much. Like, we would be 3 points away from clinching it. So, we get very, very close. It would basically set up a way we could clinch the title next race at the Brazilian Grand Prix, which would be pretty sweet, actually, for Vettel. Right, Leclerc drops down to, where is it going to be? He makes the pit stop. So he's going to drop down to P12. Not too bad, not too bad. Right, Vettel. What are we saying here, mate? Probably going to come in on the next lap. Let's go overtake mode now. And we'll come in on the next one. So go for 1 more, mate. Keep on pushing. And then we'll pit in this next lap onto a set of hard tyres. We've got 26 laps left. That's a 2-stop, really. For 1 set of hards. And then another set of softs at the end. That's fine, though. We can go a bit more aggressive than on the hard tyres. That's fine. Right, Leclerc, though. What are we saying for him? What's the strategy going to be here? So, we pit on lap 5. We're going for another 8 laps. So, we're on lap 7 now. So, we're going for 15. Then probably another set of softs. That will see us to lap 27. And then maybe another set of softs. Just do a very aggressive 3-stop, maybe, I think. Vettel's in, though, from first place. And, there's a mistake on the rear jack there because I went with a fast pit stop, I think. Probably didn't need to do that, but hey-ho. We come out in P2 then. Verstappen 4.6 ahead of us, but he's yet to pit in this Grand Prix. We're now going long on this stint, so I'm going to try and calm things down with Vettel and just go medium and neutral on the fuel as well. Try and save some fuel. Albon's in P3 behind us on worn mediums. I think he's probably on that set since the start of the Grand Prix. Where is Leclerc now in comparison to everyone else? Ricciardo's there. Were we behind Ricciardo? Yeah, I think we were behind Ricciardo. He's on a fresh set of hard, so we're actually we still need to overtake the Renault with Leclerc. This is not a great advertisement for Leclerc this race. In the race where I was like, okay, cool, maybe we still will keep him at the start of the episode, because yeah, it's just not a good mistake right there. Good stuff. It's just not a good forecast in terms of the strategy. The aggressive strategy is probably not going to work out because the pit lane time is quite long. And the tracks, well, Leclerc's just not got the speed around the track. So he's overtaken Ricciardo, but look at his tyre already. 34%. Tyre's overheating. It's a difficult one. Meanwhile, Vettel cruising, mate. Doing wonders. Right, we're gaining about 3 seconds there on that last lap with Leclerc. Doing well. The tyre wear is really kicking in now. 6%. Okay. God damn it. The cliff is insane. 4%. So we basically just lost all that time he gained on that previous lap. I should have come in earlier. Oh, god damn it. I forgot how bad the tyre wear is around here. Like, literally, he's hit the cliff straight at 1%. He's literally lost all the time he gained on that previous lap. God damn it. I should have come in earlier. That's my bad. Right, he's in. On a set of soft tyres, goes out. Right, I'm going to make him push on this next out lap just to make up for that shocking in lap. And then I'm going to have to go low fuel with him because he's on minus 1.05. So, low fuel now, Leclerc. Unfortunately for you, mate. And go on conserve as well. Try and bring the tyre temps down because you're already on 82% tyre wear after 1 lap. My God. Right, we're up into P7 now with Leclerc. We're behind Sergio Perez on a set of hard tyres. And I think we're legit racing Perez in this Grand Prix, as well as Ricciardo. He's in P2 right now. He looks to be following the same strategy as us with Vettel, and he's doing pretty I mean, the 31-second gap's not decent. Like, obviously, I think Verstappen probably occupied that with Gasly, but Ricciardo's looking pretty handy to get a lot of decent points with Renault here. And so in the race where I said not a great advertisement for Leclerc, is this a great advertisement for Ricciardo in the Renault there, potentially? But obviously, Verstappen's already got a good advertisement for obviously, we know how quick he's going to be anyway, either way. But Ricciardo's doing very well in his Renault. But Leclerc, P7. I think, honestly, we might finish. We might just get Perez. We might. And that's where we're gonna basically finish where he qualified, P6. Because with the extra stop in this strategy, it's just, yeah, you just can't make up for that extra stop because the tyre wear is so bad that when you push these soft tyres, they just disintegrate. Right, going to pit in this lap with Leclerc. 8 laps to go in this GP. Another fast pit stop. Here we go. And Vettel is looking very worse for wear on his set, so he's going to pit in this lap as well. I'm going to a set of softs to end the Grand Prix. We'll go for balance for him. That's fine. Right, Leclerc's in the pit lane. Quick pit stop, mate. No mistake. Thank you, pit crew. And we're out in P7. And now he just pushes like a stabbed rat. But we don't have the fuel to push too hard. But we do have the tyre wear. He's going to have to save fuel there. Vettel will be in. He's gained 1.1 there into that in-lap. Good. Pit stop. And it's all good. And we're out in first place by 19 seconds. My man Vettel is on fire this season. He's on fire. He's destined for the championship. He's been doing a mega job. Minus the Belgium Grand Prix, he's really done a mega job ever since he started winning in this season. He's just elevated, you know. He's raised his game. It's like I said, 2013 Vettel is really here to stay for now for this season. Right, Leclerc, he is about 11 seconds off. Well, no, less than 11 seconds. Actually, he's 8 seconds off Gasly, but Gasly's also on a set of softs. So actually, we will just be finishing in 7th place. It's been a pretty tough Grand Prix for Leclerc. Maybe the conservative strategy could have worked for Leclerc as well, and maybe in that, you know, because like I said, we didn't make up the time for the extra pit stop, but like Vettel was on really worn tyres at the end of his stint. I feel like Leclerc would have had to pit like 6 laps ago off his hard tyres, and this wouldn't have worked. Right, 3 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Just going to tell Leclerc to push flat out, then wear those tyres out and see what he can do, really. In terms of Vettel, we've got 2 laps remaining. I'm going to save fuel. Well, we've got enough fuel, actually, and we've got enough tyre wear. So pretty much on this next lap, then, I'm going to go overtake and overtake. Tyres overheated for Leclerc. That's fine. I know, man. We've literally got, what, 1 more lap left. Vettel goes around the last bend, and let's see if he can set the fast lap of the Grand Prix. Right now, Gasly is the one that has the fast lap of the Grand Prix, I believe. So let's see how this first sector goes. It's green. It's not purple, annoyingly. Leclerc's going well. Is he catching? He is catching. He's actually brought the gap down to about 3 seconds there. Gasly's just up the road there, so he's actually done quite well to close that gap. Fair play. Right, Vettel, there we go. Fastest second sector, and across the line for the win at the USA Grand Prix and the fast lap of the Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel does it again. That's his 8th win of this season. The man has been on fire, and Leclerc, oh my god, that's so close. 1 more lap, and Leclerc might have just had Gasly there for P6. Might have. That was a little bit exciting at the end there, but in the end, a bit of a frustrating race for Leclerc. But I think probably after that qualifying, it was always coming. But this man right here, absolutely unbelievable, eh? Unbelievable. Grazie ragazzi, Forza Ferrari, P1 once again. And we are so close to clinching this driver's title. And probably also close for the constructors as well now, because Bottas was the only one who scored. Merck only scored 18 today. We scored 27 with Vettel, and then whatever P7 is, I forget. I can't do the mental maths right now. But Hamilton, the massive thing was that massive, hilarious crash, to be fair. The animation, very odd. But yeah, that was big. So we get 6 with Leclerc, 27 with Vettel, 18 Bottas, 0 for Hamilton. First place trophy, and 70... Wait, hang on. 71? Did I miscount? No, I think... Oh, no. Oh, I thought we were 20. Oh, I forgot. We were 22 points. We were 22 points ahead of Merck in the constructors, but for Vettel he is 44. So 71. He's won it. He's won it. He's basically mathematically Hamilton can't win it. 71 points. You know, Lewis can get a maximum of 54 points if he wins both Grand Prix and gets both fast after the Grand Prix. So Sebastian Vettel, okay, that's really a very odd ending. My apologies then for counting it wrong then in the middle of the Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel has just clinched the Drivers' World Championship here at the USA Grand Prix. Get in there, mate. Vettel, the world champion. We don't get the trophy till the end of the season, though, but effectively, we already know he will be the Drivers' World Champion. Constructors, though, 37 points, still up for grabs there, still need to do the job, and of course, it's the manager career. This is the championship we care most about. It's the constructors, not the drivers, really. I care about the drivers when it comes to the Cody's games, because obviously we're driving. This, the manager career, it's all about constructors, so happy for Vettel, but the job is not done. We've still got to try and wrap this up and actually get Ferrari this title and obviously not get fired by my boss. But there you go, 3.4 in the bank, but the game will not actually recognise that Vettel's won the championship until the end of the season, until they give us the trophy, because then obviously you get the added-on perk of, you know, the world champion. I think that kind of boosts your morale and, like, your stat, I think your stat by 1 or something like that, I think, or at least boost your morale and marketability, but that won't kick in for Vettel until next season, because they don't officially give it to you until the end, obviously, just like in real life, obviously, but in real life they actually celebrate it at the time of you clinching it, like we just sort of have. So there you go, Sebastian Vettel, the 2019 world champion here in Motorsport Manager, in the Ferrari manager career. Decent stuff there. Guys, if you did enjoy the episode, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, subscribe for weekly full-on content. I've been aarava. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.